Welcome to another episode of Hashtag I'm Just Saying. I'm yours truly, Mimi Michelle. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I want you to get involved. I want you to ask questions. I want you to leave your comments. And I want you to leave the topics that you would like for me to talk about. Today, I have so much to go through. So let's get this thing started. So today's cocktail for conversation, I didn't feel like making one. So I went to my local HEB and I got me a little bottle of red wine. This is Sweet Loli Spiked Wine Cocktail. It's 17% alcohol and it is a sweet red blend with hints of caramelized oranges. I've never tasted it. I don't know what it's going to taste like. So we're going to taste this thing together, okay? And it's a twist top. I ain't even want to, worry about getting the cork out. It smells winey, okay? I got out a good wine glass. And I'm going to need a cocktail because I have so much to talk about. I'm not going to pour a lot because I don't know what this tastes like. Don't smell like delicious. Hold on, y'all. I gotta go find something else. They talking about you can do it chilled, over ice, or garnished. Maybe I should put some ice in it and see. Otherwise, oh my God, it's hot going down. Oh my God. Hold on. Let's see. Okay. So I put a little ice in it. Maybe it wasn't cold. But red wine, you don't really have to have that cold. Oh, my hair is popping. I'm sorry, I digressed. Okay, let's see. I put some ice in there. Y'all see I put some ice? It's not my favorite, but I'm gonna need a cocktail while we talk. So let's get this party going. So today, as y'all might not know, I drive an electric car, right? So I go to charge my car. I was taking my mom to visit one of my girlfriends. And I go to charge my car and I plug it up. And the company I bought the car from, BMW, they pay for the charges. As long as I don't go over 30 minutes, they pay for the charges, right? So I plug my car up and I'm sitting there. And since we've had the tornado, all the charging stations don't work. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, why is my phone bing, bing, binging like this? Well, it's because my credit card was getting charged $20 like every 10 minutes. What? So I get out and I go to unplug and my car stopped charging. So every time it kicked me out and kicked me back in, the machine was kicking me out evidently. Kicked me out, kicked me back in, then they would charge me again. So I went to call them today about that. No answer at Electrify America. I called my credit card company and she was saying that there's nothing that she can do about it if they're pending. If they don't post back to my card, then give her a call and she'll fix it. But this is the problem I have with that, and that's why I went on ahead and needed this cocktail. Are you guys sick of when you have customer service? Come close. But when you call customer service, it's somebody you don't understand. They're from another country, and I have nothing against that. But we have a lot of people here in the United States of a good old America that need jobs. And I want to talk to somebody that, one, I can understand, and two, she can understand me. She kept telling me Happy Memorial Day. I didn't know what the hell she was saying. I was like, huh? Excuse me, ma'am? I didn't hear you. And then finally my mom was like, oh, she was saying Happy Memorial Day. So, ma'am, thank you for your kindness, but I couldn't understand you. I need for people to stop giving away companies, stop giving away all these customer service jobs to people overseas because we don't understand them. They're not helping us. I need to talk to somebody who can relate to me and I can relate to them. Because think about it, put the shoe on the other foot. If by chance I was doing customer service in India, they wouldn't understand me. And they would probably hang up in my face. They wouldn't even want to talk to me because, first of all, depending on the culture, women can't do that. So, I'm gonna need y'all not to, especially in instances like that, where you need to understand me because I want my money. All right, that's enough about that. We're gonna get into the first segment of the show. It's not that bad. When no, I can't say it's not that bad, but it needs to be really cold. This might be somebody else's preference, so I don't want to knock it. But Sweet Lily, I guess it's Lily, spiked wine cocktail. See, I should have just got a bottle of wine. I had a nice bottle of wine in my hand. I should have even got the Snoop wine because I know that wine. But I didn't. I wanted to try something different because that's what Cocktails for Conversation is all about. So you could try it yourself. And it's okay. That first swig, I don't know. But you know how when people say the first time they drank beer, it wasn't their cup of tea, and now they drink beer all the time? I doubt if this happens, but we're going to have something to sip and keep the party going. Okay. Our first segment of the day is let's get into the lyrics. So like I told y'all before, I love music from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. I like some music after that, but it was just something different about that era. And we're going to talk about a few songs from the 70s today. I got my top 3. The first one is from Earth, Wind, and Fire. Now, you know, I used to play around calling them Earth, Wind, and Flame, baby, because they was throwing a spell. Do you hear me? I was like, they went with all the elements. And this particular song I picked, first of all, go back to the video. The name of the song is Love's Holiday. Why? Because I'm live and I couldn't remember. Love's Holiday. It was released in 1977 and it was from the album All in All. That Fantasy was on that album. But it was something about that era where when men sang on the record, they put it all on the record. And it was, they didn't want to say, give me them draws, but they said it. And it was like, you wanted to give it to him. And he was like, oh, hold on, I'm going to get the lyrics out. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. I had to go change because I was feeling all kind of snooty and pent up. So I went and put on my Written in the Stars jacket. Title of my book, Michelle made me comment. But we're going to get back to this music. Philip Bailey and Maurice White, man, they can hit a soprano note better than some of the sopranos I sing with in the church choir. They must have squeezed their butt cheeks so tight, because I told y'all I don't have a voice. Especially when Philip Bailey was like singing Reasons, the reasons that we're here, do the boy, if I had a voice, ooh, I'd be tearing it up right now. But Love's Holiday came out in 1977, and it was on the album All in All, which I think All in All had Fantasy. Did they have I Write a Song for You? I don't know, but Love's Holiday. But it was like, he would say stuff like, would you mind if I touched, if I kissed, if I held you tight? In the morning light. Oh, now that means, what did he spend the night? Would you mind if I looked till I'm hypnotized? If I looked into your eyes till I'm hypnotized. Once again, so they didn't did this before. Cause I never ever felt this way in my heart before. Oh, love has found a way. Oh, yeah, I didn't know that. But if I had a voice. But anyway, so the part that got me is that I want to look into your eyes till I'm hypnotized. Make love to your baby till I'm satisfied. Well, that's selfish. Talk about it's all in the lyrics. That's selfish. So you mean to tell me that if you satisfied before I'm satisfied, then we done? It's still nasty, y'all. I don't know if it's kind of too sweet. I don't know what it is. What it is. And now my ice is melting. But I digress. Look into your eyes till I'm hypnotized. So I'm just seeing a visual. Make love to you, baby, till I'm satisfied. And see, if you listen really closely, he telling you that when it's all over, he gonna say, ba ba ba, ba ba ba, ba ba ba, ba ba ba, ba ba, ba ba ba. He ain't saying he in love with you. He's saying it's the love. That's what he's talking about. And he gonna look into my eyes till I'm hypnotized. You know, that earth, wind, and flame, they are the elements. But cast that spell at it. Make it to you, baby, till I'm satisfied. I don't know if I could have fooled with Philip Bailey and Maurice White. They have some deep lyrics. Talk about them Commodores. We're gonna talk about them Commodores, right? So Commodores, this particular record, it is called Just to Be Close to You, right? Just to Be Close to You, and it was written by the legendary, the impeccable Lionel Richie. Lionel Richie was a part of the Commodores, and once that songwriter, singer-songwriter, producer left, the Commodores were no more. They're around, but it's just like, really, Commodore, yeah, Commodore, no. They had one hit that I remember when I was in the 8th grade called The Night Shift. But that's all I remember. I mean, they had jams like Brick House, Still, but Just to Be Close to You. Yeah, he said, I was a lonely man, a man with no direction and no purpose. To love me for me. But you came into my life. You made my jagged edges smooth. You made my direction so clear. Come on, just to be close to you. Girl, for a moment, baby, for a moment, baby, for a moment, baby, don't sugar, yeah, 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 yeah. Man, these was like the songs that my aunties and my uncles and my mama, they used to have a red light in the basement. That's where our generation get it from, right? So when I was going like high school, even middle school, and you want to have a little boy over or whatever, we put that tape in. Yep, I said, put that tape in. I called mine the slow jam tape, and then we would sit there and make out to the music. Do kids still do that? We got that from our parents because music made everything good. Y'all remember y'all first slow jam? My first slow dance was to the Luther Vandross song. I wanna tell you, baby, the changes I've been going through, missing you, listen you. That intro was so long, and I was so nervous because I had never slow danced before. And the record kept skipping. I was like, Lord, we gotta start over. Oh, Lord. But he was cute, and it was great, and it's a wonderful memory. But back to Just to Be Close to You. So, Lionel Richie, I think the reason his lyrics were believable because he had an amazing love story with his now ex-wife, Brenda. Brenda Richie and Lionel Richie met in high school. They were high school sweethearts. I don't know if y'all remember this, but I'm going to refresh you. Let me take a sip. So Brenda and Lionel Richie met in high school. And they got married in the 70s. And unlike today where you could go on social media or you could be on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, you could be on TikTok, all these platforms, and see your favorite artist or your favorite celebrity, with their significant other. This was a time where all you saw is what you wanted them to see. And it had to be in a magazine, right? Or it was on the news. You know, we had Right On magazine, we had Essence, we had Ebony, and that's how we kept up. Even the newspaper, that's how we kept up with the artists that we love. Well, I never forget breaking news on Channel 13. And I ain't saying allegedly because you can look it up. Busted him with his other woman, a side chick. Back then, side chicks played to the rules of the game. You never saw the woman. She was a dancer, and he met her in the All Night Long video. This was after he left the Commodores. I guess he got too big for his britches. So she knew a woman's intuition. She probably had been looking because evidently they had been having an affair for like a year. So he would park around the back and come into her apartment. So she pulls up at his mistress's apartment, knocks on the door, and when when Lionel opens the door, she drop kicked that Negro in the stomach. I mean, pow! And start whooping his tail. And then he takes off. He takes off. He don't even stay and help the mistress. She beat him down and her down too. The police come, they arrest her for domestic violence, and they stayed together a little bit longer, but they eventually divorced, and he married the mistress. Her name was something Alexander. Anyway, I don't remember. And they got married, and 8 years later, they got a divorce. Now, if he knew then what he knew now, he probably would have stayed with good old Brenda because he really had to pay. He had to pay this woman. And let me tell you how much. Okay, let me tell y'all what this side chick cost him. This affair cost him. So back in did they get a divorce in that? Let's see, maybe the early 90s. Still a lot of money, okay? So they were married 8 years. And when they divorced, was it worth it? You end up getting a divorce again. And I love Lionel because he ain't the best singer, but his pen game is tight. He's written for so many people, so I'm not knocking you because you're human. But yeah, you should have stuck with your wife. So the wife, when they divorced, asked for $15,000 a month. $15,000 a month for a clothing allowance, but that's not it. $50,000 a month for massages, manis, pedis, etc. And $20,000 allowance a year for what? Plastic surgery. And I'm sure that's just part of her spousal support. So I'm sure more money came from that. But I bet he was thinking like, I should never fool with this snitch. Because now look what I'm doing. I got to pay all this money. And let's rewind the tape. I know Earth, Wind, and Fire. They got their name from the elements, right? Earth, Wind, Fire from the zodiacs. Sorry, it's the wine. So they got it from the elements. What made the Commodores name themselves the Commodores? Do you know what a Commodore is? Let me tell you, because I did look it up. Commodores is an officer who commands more than one ship. So was they high or had they been drinking something? You know what I think our name should be? Because I remember watching the Temptations movie and they was calling themselves the Elgins and all that thing. And I'm like, what person said, oh, we should be called the Commodores because we run more than one ship? I mean, that just wouldn't have been my choice. But anywho, they was jamming though. Brick House will forever be a classic. And this last song is Reunited by Peaches and Herb. Now me, when I was growing up, I thought Peaches and Herb were husband and wife. And then I realized that there were 7 different Peacheses, right? I don't know all of them. I just know, I think one name was Francesca or something like that. She was the original. And the one I remember was Linda Green. She sang Reunited and she also sang Shake Your Groove Thing. She was on like 5 different albums. They all kind of favored. They all had the fly cornrows with the beads on the end. They were petite. They were cute. They looked like husband and wife. I was really floored when I realized that this man wasn't in a relationship with this woman. But it was 7 different peaches. But the lyrics to Reunited and It Feels So Good came in an era where when you broke up with somebody or you was trying to get back with somebody, you would write it in a letter. Like if you couldn't do it for yourself, you let the lyrics speak for you. You know how many times I did that in the 80s and the 90s when I was in high school and I wanted to talk to somebody. Now, I was a songwriter myself. I wrote a song about me and my boyfriend. He still remember the lyrics. Man, that ex can roll off that song right now today because I was that girl. And I was a poet and I was a rapper. But everybody didn't have that game. No, they didn't have that gift. But I'm telling you, you could send in a voicemail. You know, back then, that's when we would let, hi, this is Mimi. Leave your name, number, and a brief message, and I'll return your call at my earliest convenience with the music playing in the background. Yeah, that's the type of stuff we did. But say a guy broke up with you and he didn't know how to say he was sorry. He was just saying, I was a fool to ever leave your side. Me minus you is such a lonely ride. The breakup we had has made me lonesome and sad. I realize I love you 'cause I want you back. Hey, hey. That's why guys got girls back then. That's why we was always getting back together. Because right now, this music saying F that B and F that N-I-G-G, you know what it is. But I'm like, man, back then. And she came through with like, I spent the evening by the radio. Regret the moment that I let you go. A quarrel was such the way of learning so much. I realize I love you 'cause I missed your touch. Hey, hey. It's like the argument wasn't that bad. Man, when you got to think about them lyrics, the argument wasn't that bad. I'm telling you, that was the ultimate breakup to makeup song. Okay, so I'm going to tread lightly on this subject. I didn't know people still fool with Juanita Bynum. I didn't know that. I didn't know she'd be tripping. She's so judgy. And I love the Lord. He heard my cry, but I'm not a perfect person. But she loves to judge. And I didn't know that people still fool with Juanita Bynum. After No More Sheets, her arrogance was through the roof. Talking about stockings and stuff, but she's just not my favorite. And now I've heard that she has this prayer institute, and the tuition is $1,500. $14.99 is $1,500 all day. Now we have classes at our church, and you have to buy books and stuff for that. Yeah, but most churches, I don't know about the church that you attend, but my church, when you join, and I've been saved my whole life. You know, my grandmother kept us in church, right? But if you're new to the body of Christ, this is what I'm talking about. This is why we are in trouble as a body. When you're new to the body of Christ, they're going to teach you how to pray. You start your prayer with thanksgiving. Lord, thank you, right? Then after your thanksgiving, you're going to ask for forgiveness of your sins. Because we all sin daily. Nobody is perfect. That's why when you go to church, they tell you to listen to the message, not the messenger. Because if you're in love with the messenger, he going to hurt your feelings every time. Or she's going to hurt your feelings every time. You see me in the choir stand every Sunday, I might be liable to hurt your feelings. Meaning, I may disappoint you. So you listen to the message, not the messenger. Right? So you're going to ask for forgiveness. And then you have your conversation with God. whatever your wants are, whatever your needs are, whoever you want to help, whoever you're in prayer for. That's when you have that conversation and you end that thing in Jesus' name. Because in order to get to the Father, you have to go through the Son. Now, that's my belief. You can charge it to my head, not my heart, but it's worked for me my entire life, and I'm going to stay that way, right? So, she has a prayer institute, and it's $1,500, and that's the discount price from what I heard. And you get like some kind of certificate when it's over in a prayer call. Now, I don't know if that's to be true, allegedly. Let me just say that. But ain't nobody fooling with you, Juanita. At least not me. But I'm going to pray for you. I'm going to let that go. Because, you know, people get mad. They'll be in my comments and stuff. Say what you want. That's just me. That's just how I feel. You want to know why black people don't eat everybody's food? Because it starts in the bathroom. See, we know that everybody don't function like we do. And I'm not saying all black people are clean. That's not what I'm saying. But the majority of the people I know, we have a different kind of behavior. You know, every time we go to the restroom, we wash our hands. And not just in public places. Not just when we're around people. We do that at home. We go, pee, whatever we do, and then we wash our hands and we dry them off, right? But a lot of people don't. And I saw a video. Here, let me just show you.
Do you wash your hands after you go to the bathroom in your own home? I really hope I'm not outing myself if everybody does this and I'm the only one that doesn't, but no, I don't. I'm not gonna wash my hands in my own home. 1 or 2 or 3. I'm not gonna do it. Honestly, there are public restrooms where I feel as if I wash my hands after using the restroom, I would actually get them more dirty by touching all the things, the faucets, but especially in my own home, in the comfort of my own home, you want me to wash my hands? Ridiculous. Furthermore, occasionally, I'll just run the water so that everybody thinks I'm washing my hands, flip it off, didn't get them wet at all. I'll even wipe it on my pants, my dry ass hands. I'll go, well. Anybody want to shake hands?
So, you at home and you feel like you don't need to wash your hands because you're at home, you know you got to touch the door. Then after you touch the door, first you got to touch yourself. No, let's talk about that. You got to touch yourself. Then after you touch yourself, you have to touch your door. Then you go down and you sit down and watch TV. Maybe you want some popcorn. Do you wash your hands before you get that corn? Then maybe you want to pour you a drink. So now you got to go in your refrigerator. And let's just say you want to take a little break and cook you something to eat. Your hands are dirty. You're spreading bacteria all over your home. Okay, and heaven forbid. Hold on. Heaven forbid you have a pet and you show your pet some love. Then you go right back to doing what you're doing. So you are nasty. Don't just think because you're at home you don't have to wash your hands after you use the restroom. You're nasty. Now, let's talk about the nice man. Was that Joe Rogan? I'm not sure. If it's not Joe, I apologize. Who said that wash rags were for poors?
Washcloths are for poor people.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I only had one friend use washcloths, and when she would stay with me, she'd say, "Can I have a washcloth?" And I said, "I don't have washcloths.
Yeah.
There's no washcloth. Use your hand, dummy."
I really do remember the first time I crashed at my poor friend's house, and then he handed over like a towel for after the shower, and then a bar soap, and then a little one. I go, "What's the little towel?" He goes, "A washcloth." And I go, I threw it back at him. I'm like, "I'm good." And he was like,
Well, when is the last time your monkey ass been in the store? Because washcloths are very expensive. If you're not getting that little couple of dollar one that's going to scratch you up, which may be good for a little exfoliation. But this is why it is important. important to wash with a washcloth. First, you get in the shower, man. See, my sister says I do shower announcements. I love a good shower. And this particular home we have does not have a tub, because if it had one, I'd get me a little soak in that too. But then after I would take my bath, I would get in the shower, because after you've set in your dirt, you want to rinse that off. That's what my Uncle Billy used to say. You want to rinse that off. Let me get in the frame. My hair kind of big. So, you want to get in the shower. Then you want to take that nice, clean face cloth, ma'am and sir, and you want to wet it under the shower head. Get that thing saturated. Then you want to take your shower gel of choice and you want to squeegee that in. Rub it, rub it, rub it, rub it, rub it, rub it. You're going to see a lather. In your hand, no ma'am, that does not work. There is no possible way you can get every creak and every crevice when you're washing with your hands. Okay, so now you're gonna take this washcloth after it's lathered and sudsy, and you're gonna get everything, get all under the arms. For those who are big busted as myself, you wanna get under that thing. You wanna get under that thing and you wanna wash. You wanna repeat on the other side. Then you wanna get that midsection. Then you wanna get them legs. Get them legs. Now for the ladies, I know we're not supposed to have soap in her special place, but wash around that region. I mean, as close as you can get without getting the soap in the place that's gonna light you up, okay? Then you gotta get between your toes. You got up to your legs and your butt cheeks and your butt crack, and then you wash your feet and your toes. See, this is why black people, y'all wanna know the secret? Hold on. You know how they always saying, ooh, black don't crack. Ooh, we look good. Because our hygiene is impeccable. We cleans. Not clean. We gets it clean. We get every nick and cranny. Then we're going to put that, and then here's the trick. Here's the trick. After you've showered and you've rinsed, and you rinse that rag off really, really good, and you dry it out, then tomorrow you get a new one. Ha-ha. Don't Look Back. Y'all got to watch that one. Don't Look Back was so good. Now, I will say this as a sidebar disclaimer. When you are watching a TUBI movie, you're going to have bad acting, great storyline. And some of the acting is better than others, and some of them, have improved. Like I noticed that when you're watching movies from Atlanta, it's all the same actors and actresses all the time. When you're watching a movie from Detroit, it's all the same actors and actresses all the time. And I have my favorite my favorite TUBI actor. I'm going to put his picture up. Oh my God, I will watch anything he's in. I know he's married. So ma'am, I'm sorry, but I'm lusting after your husband. He was in Mother May I. He was in Faithful and and I think I watched this other one last night called, I have to think about it. But he was in that too, where he gets kidnapped by this woman who has a crush on him. And in her mind, she's his wife and he's her husband. And he's kidnapped him. She's kidnapped him and the kids. Bad acting, great storyline. So my number 3 movie is, I think it's number 1, Don't Look Back. You got to look at that. Then you got to look at The Seeds. Now that should tell you something, the title. But The Seeds was pretty good. And one thing I can say about the TUBI movies, they get right to it. They get right to it. If you've never seen Secret Society 1 and 2, go check that thing out. They got right to it. And Still Here, I didn't know if I want to. So this is not any particular order, but Still Here, man. So I was attracted to it because I'm an author myself, and the man is an author. He was played by, what's this man's name? Hold on. I think his name is Charles Malik Whitfield. Okay, so he played Otis in The Temptations. Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. But he's a author, and what can I tell y'all without telling the movie? Just know that Tubi is free, and if you go see Still Here, The Seeds, and Don't Look Back, you will not be disappointed. Go check out your Tubi movie. Crawford. Okay. So Lavelle Crawford was on Club Shay Shay, and let me just say, I love Lavelle Crawford. He is hilarious. Not only that, he from my hometown, so I got a little extra love for him. He's a family man. On the show, he talked about how he loved his wife, and when he met her, he knew, and that he married her, and he put a baby in her real quick. I was laughing. He talked about how, how he got into his health, and he did it because he wanted to be able to play with his kids. He said he had always been a confident guy, even though he was heavy, but it was a struggle bus, like walking around and stuff. And okay, Shannon Sharp. Okay, I'm telling you, I was a fan of this show. And I still support, and I still watch, and I still wanted some of the Shea Cognac, because my favorite drink, for those of you who don't know it, is a sidecar. And I was going to spend that $100 and something to see what sidecar would taste like with that cognac. But I don't know. He talked about that man's weight for 40 something minutes. The interview was 2 hours. Like, I guess he was trying to say an addiction to fast food. And Lavelle was like, I like high quality food. When I started making money, I was getting steaks and lobsters, and I was going to Ruth Chris. See, that's the assumption when people are heavy, right? They feel like they don't eat properly. Some people it's a health thing. Like right now, my thing is cookies. And my sister got a cookie company. I am struggling, and I'm under a little bit of stress because my mother has been sick. So I'm not having sex because I've been practicing abstinence for the last 3 years. And so I'm not in a relationship, so there's that. So yeah, I got a little weight gain. You can see it in my cheeks. You can see it in my thighs. But that man is so amazing. He's so amazing as a comedian. Why'd you have to keep going back to that? Shannon, and they keep coming at you about not liking black women and not protecting black women, and all you do is do that laugh. God, it's not appealing. You fine, Shannon. You fine. But I don't, and I know you're a country boy. Have me on the show. Let's talk. Let's talk about it. And lastly, I would like to say congratulations to Ali Sadiq for your amazing, amazing accomplishments. I know your story, and I know what you've been through, and I know your journey, and I'm just so very proud. I'm humbled to be your friend, and although I don't see you all the time, my mother's been under the weather, and she watches these Korean soap operas so she can read the subtitles, because she said it keeps her mind sharp. But I walked in her room the other day, and she was watching your stand-up, and she watched them all, and it brought a smile to her face, and that made me feel good because of what she's going through. So, Ali, I am so proud of you. Congratulations. Keep doing what you're doing. Haters gonna hate, but guess what? You keep following your path, bruh, because you are getting it. I love you, friend, and I wish you nothing but the best. So that's it for today's hashtag. I'm just saying, I told my sister I miss her being on the show, or I miss somebody being on the show with me. So I am definitely gonna have a guest next week. I don't know who it is, and it may not be Sunday at 5. it just will be on Sunday. It'll be a pop-up. So, because I'm really not trying to stick to the time because life be lifing. So get ready. Remember to laugh. Remember to love. Remember, if you want to try this wine, you go right ahead. Y'all can see I drank a little bit, but I had some ice in there. It's just not my favorite. This will probably be the last time I sip this. This will probably go in the fridge for a visitor. But remember to laugh. Remember to love. Remember to be the light and always bear good fruit. This is hashtag I'm just saying. Oh, and don't forget to grab my books on Amazon. I'll put the link down below. I have 3 books out: Cocktails for Conversation, Written in the Stars, and A Mistress to the Game. And they are all amazing. So remember to laugh, remember to love, remember to be the light, remember great R&B and hip hop, and always bear good fruit. Always. This is hashtag I'm just saying, your girl, me and Michelle. I love you. Make it a great day. Bye.